Hello! Welcome, I'm Jeanne, welcome to my channel. Today is my first book haul. And it's my birthday book haul. I have a lot to unpack. I don't know how many books, I think it's over 15 books. So I have a lot to show you. And this is very exciting. Yes. The girl just turned 26. Let's get started, shall we? So these are all the books that I got in April. So April is my birthday month, so it was my birthday on the 27th. I did not buy them all myself. I think almost all of them are gifts and donation and whatever you call it. I'm gonna go into categories because I have fiction and non-fiction books on here. So I'm gonna start with fiction books, I think, because this is what we all want to see. The first one I have on here, you might have seen it, is Middle Game by Mcguire. I'm late to the party. I haven't read this book, and I know that the sequel is coming out, I think this month, next month. I think in the UK it's in June. So I still have 1 month to read this until the sequel. This is second hand. I bought it myself. It's a bit dirty on the cover, but this is the type of cover that gets dirty very easily. But otherwise, it looks pretty good. I'm gonna hide this because you can see. No. So I know that Middle Game is a fantasy book, I think about siblings. I think it's like twins, a boy and a girl, and they have powers, something related to physics or mathematics or something. I don't know, and apparently this is hit or miss for a lot of people. This is a chunky boy. This is over 520 pages. I'm very excited to read this. I don't know when I'm gonna get to it. I need to get to it before the sequel comes out, or soon after the sequel comes out, because I have the hardback cover and I would like the hardback sequel because I'm fancy. I like hardbacks. Next, I have a new release, very exciting. I'm very excited for that one, and is Portrait of a Thief by Grace D. Lee. This is a heist about, I think, is Chinese students in the US that decided to reclaim or steal back Chinese art from US museums, I think. I'm very excited because art and museums, hell yeah. I want this to be good. Please be good. Next, this is Sister Song by Lucy Holland. I have no idea what this is. I know it's some kind of retelling of British folklore, fairy tale, British mythology. I think it's about sisters, obviously, and I think it's 3 sisters, and I think they have powers, and it's fantasy. So I'm very excited about that. I really like anything that's retelling about mythology, and I don't know much about British folklore, to be honest. And apparently it is quite good. There's quite good reviews, I think. I got it second hand, and I got this thing inside. I don't know if that means this is the signature of this author. Am I supposed to stick it inside? Next up, I have 2 really small books here. Fantasy again. Silver in the Wood by Emily Tesh. It's very short. I don't want to know anything. All I know is from this cover, so I'm expecting trees. I'm expecting nature, elemental magic, maybe something a bit mystical. Next is The Empress of Salt and Fortune by nighthtsby. I've heard good things about it as well. It's been blurbed by Sean Mcguire, R.F. Kwan. This must be good. I mean, I don't know, but at least marketing for this is on point. This is a Chinese ancient legend story, I think. Retelling, obviously, or inspired by Chinese folklore. Again, short book. Love to see it. Next up, it's The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. And this is a very pretty edition. A lot of illustrations in it, all over. Like, look at that. That's amazing. It says, a dead man on the back seat of the car, a warm milk at the farmhouse, an ancient little girl and an old woman who saw the moon being made, a beautiful housekeeper with a monstrous smile, and dark forces woken that were best left undisturbed. That sounds creepy. I mean, the illustrations are quite scary, so I'm very excited about that one. Happy birthday to me. Next is all very, very exciting, and I'm really looking forward to this one. It's on the shortlist for the International Booker Prize and is Cursed Bunny by Bora Chang. It's translated by Anton Her from Korean. Amazing! Look at this cover! Oh my god, I love it so much. There's a bunny on it and the color looks cool. I'm a simple person. So all I know if this is horror short stories collection. Yeah, I'm not really into horror usually. I don't think I've read anything horror, but this is interesting. I haven't read anything from a Korean author before. I want to read that one really badly, but I think I'm gonna wait until like Halloween. I don't know when I'm in the mood for horror really. Next up is a middle grade, and it's The Lost Whale by Hannah Gold, and I have a signature here. It's weird because it's a weird place to sign a book. It's usually like here, and this book is absolutely gorgeous. Like, excuse me? And there's like illustrations in it. Oh my god, this is so gorgeous. And whales are my favorite animals, so that's why I have this. And I think it's gonna be sweet, probably very sad, but it's a middle grade, so it always ends well, right? I'm not gonna cry too much. But if it's about whales, I might cry, because I cry every time I see a whale on like my phone or like TikTok or whatever. I cry. My camera just died, but here we are again. I was talking about the Lost Whale. Move on to, I have some French books here because I was in France the past month. I believe all of them are translated into English, most of them, because they're quite famous. First one is Victoria Mass, Le Bal des Folles. It's been translated quite recently actually, and I've seen it around Waterstones. That's why I want to pick up the original version, the French version. I think it's called The Mad Woman's Ball in English. This is 19th century and very mundane, like Paris scene with costumes and balls and stuff. And this is about women victims of, you know, masculine society. I think it's going to be quite feminist, and the Mad Woman's, I don't know what this is about. I think it might be a little bit dark, Paris society in the 19th century. I think this is going to be very good. I've seen it around a lot in English bookshop. I think it's a movie. Is it a movie? But yeah, it won a bunch of prizes in France in 2019. I think it's about mental health and health of women in general and how women were treated in the 19th century. Next up is Cent Ans de Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, 100 Years of Solitude. So it's a classic that I want to read before I'm 30. I might do a video where I show you all the books I want to read before 30, because the girl's not getting any younger. Next is another classic. It's Les Racines du Ciel by Romain Gary. There is a movie, yeah. Roots of Heaven. It's been translated because I think it's also kind of a classic, and I have to read this because it's my best friend's favorite book, so the pressure is on. Yeah. It's a literary fiction. It was published in like the 60s or something, so it's not all new. I think it's about a man. It's about love and justice. He decides to go to Africa and save the elephants. That's all I know. This sounds interesting. Yeah, it's about generosity, soul exploration, adventure, and apparently it's heartbreaking. Can't wait to cry. Yeah, so this was the fiction books. Here we go to the non-fiction books. I've got quite the stack here. Most of them are about ecology, you know, global warming and all of that fun stuff. But I think some of them are actually quite like hopeful. So the first one I have here is Zen and the Art of Saving the Planet yeah, by Fish Nat Han. Oh my god, I'm so bad. I don't know how to pronounce this. So this is written by a monk. Yeah, it sounds very interesting. The second book is called The Green Grocer, One Man's Manifesto for Corporate Activism by Richard Walker. I want to know how to be a greener grocer. Sorry, this angle keeps changing. I keep having problem with my camera. It's one time it's the battery run out, one time it's the car is full.
I'm gonna be able to film this video at some point.
The next book is What's Wrong with What We Drink? Troubled Water. Troubled Water? Shut up. Seth M. Siegel. Siegel? Oh my god. Any name in English, I just cannot pronounce it properly. It's just impossible. Oop. That shows how our drinking water got contaminated and what it may be doing to us and what we must do to make it safe. This is in the context of the US, so I don't know how much it applies to the UK or Europe in general, but that doesn't matter. It's very interesting to know what's going on in the world in general. It says from big cities and suburbs to the rural heartlands, chemicals linked to cancer, heart disease, obesity, birth defects, and lowered IQ routinely spill from our taps. This is going to be a fun read. What I'm drinking is actually poison.
Everything's fine, everything's fine. The planet, we all gonna die.
Next up, this is the one I'm most excited about. Climate Change is Racist. Race Privilege and the Struggle of Climate Justice by Jeremy Williams. How recent is it? 2021. This is good. I'm very excited to read this. So apparently this will open the minds of even the most hardened denier of climate change and or systemic racism. If there is one book that will help you to be an effective activist for climate justice, it's the one. Yeah, well, I mean, count me on it. I can't wait to learn. And this is so short, so I'm so glad. This is so accessible, I think, to a lot of people. I can't wait to learn more about the link between climate change and social justice. I've been reading a lot about ecofeminism and the relations between ecology and feminism, how climate change is also sexist. So I'm interested in knowing more about climate change and the effects on racism. I got this from my boyfriend. Next, it's a book about mushrooms. It's called Entangled Life, How Fungi Makes Our World Change Our Minds and Shape Our Futures. Isn't it amazing? By Marilyn Sheldrake. They are so important in all aspects of our lives, actually. It's a journey, apparently. And there's like illustrations as well. Like mushrooms illustrations. Isn't it amazing? I don't know. I think this is going to be very interesting. The writing is apparently very engaging, which makes it much more digestible. It's more like a journey, a mushroom journey, and it's a bit more literary than a lot of probably dry non-fiction. But this one is apparently very good. I've seen it all around Waterstones all the time. Look at it. Yes! Love mushrooms. Next up, Turning the Tide on Plastic, How Humanity and You Can Make Our Globe Clean Again. Isn't it optimistic? By Lucy Siegel. It's also another Siegel? Wait, are they related? That would be interesting. So this is a little guide, I think, to explain the problem of plastic on our planet and probably some advice how to actually make a difference on our small little level of common people. What can we do? It's also a floppy book. Ooh, we love a floppy book. All of these books on climate change are not like fun reads. They're not there to make you feel good. They're there to make you open your eyes on what's actually going on and just educate yourself so you can make a difference maybe. I don't know. But at least knowing what's going on is very important. So the last book is, I'm currently reading it. It's called Transgender Issue, An Argument for Justice by Sean Fay. Very essential at the moment. I've just started it and I didn't realize how bad the UK was on the transgender issue. Like, it's actually shocking how transphobic the UK is. And probably the rest of the world in general, but like, this is in the context of the UK, but it probably applies in all of the other Western society. This is showing how inappropriate our world is currently to accept transgender people, and it is also showing what we can do and education just in general about transgender people. I think more people should read. This is a very good read so far. It's very easy to read. I'm reading this for my feminist book club. I will discuss this book at the end of the month with a bunch of people. This is very important. So these were all my books. My book haul for my birthday. I'm 26 now. Oh god. I hope you enjoyed it, and don't hesitate to give a thumbs up and to subscribe. More videos coming up. I'll see you soon. Bye!